Hi guys, it's me, Megan, and today when I was at Costco with my sister, we did our traditional whenever we go there is before we check out, we always go and look in the books. And while we were looking at the books, I found this book and purchased it, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I have read all the Hunger Games books, but I have not read this one because it just came out, and it's about Haymitch and stuff, and so I figured it'd be really fun for you guys to see my reaction to some of the events that take place in this book. I won't be reading anything for copyright reasons, but you will be able to see my reactions to what happens, how he makes it out of the Hunger Games, and everything like that. If you do like this reaction, you can tell me in the comments. If you want me to reread the first 3 Hunger Games books, it's been about like 5-7 years since I read them, so a hot minute. I don't really remember most of the stuff unless it's in the movies, so it'll be like I read it the first time. But just let me know in the comments if you actually want that. Hi guys, just wanted to pop in and say spoiler alert. I think it should be obvious because I'm talking about the book and reading it, but just in case, spoiler alert, this is your final reminder. If you haven't read the book, you can go read it and then watch the video. With that being said, let's read Haymitch's story. I like that. It's Happy Birthday Haymitch at the first. That's really cute. Because the story is probably not going to be cute afterwards. I didn't realize that Haymitch is born on Reaping Day. That's really sad. I don't think that was mentioned in the Hunger Games. Okay. I mean, yeah, at least you get to sleep in. I love sleeping in. But the rest of it is not a very good day to celebrate a birthday. Leonore, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Leonore Dove, she's part of the Covey, but the Covey don't sing in public anymore. Which in Songbirds and Snakes, they at least I'm pretty sure they sing in public. So it's just very different how you can really see like how much the culture is changing each generation. Haymitch apparently likes kissing. Oh, that's oh. Okay, so okay, I'm glad they have I'm pretty sure this is the symbol of what it's supposed to be. Okay, so a bird into a snake. Oh, that's smart. You get to wear something, a beautiful little pin, and then you also get fire. Pretty nice. I didn't realize it was on July 4th. Good chance. Wait, I thought Haymitch went in. Yeah, Haymitch is in the 50th one, but they just called 2 girls and now 2 boys. I'm confused. Okay, so Wolfman's dead. Okay, so that's probably how Haymitch gets made to go in the Reaping, is they have to draw another boy's name. That sucks, man. Like, it's understandable why Wolfbine would want to run, because you don't want to die. But at the same time, because of that, and he can't participate anymore, they have to draw another name, so it's just hurting another person. That really sucks. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Reaping isn't exactly live. Okay, so they're probably not even going to show them even calling that boy. He's just not even going to be shown because it is Defiance. Okay. Okay, that does not seem fair to be like, oh, you don't want your girlfriend to get hurt? Well, we're just gonna send you into the Hunger Games. They didn't even call his name out. Oh my goodness. Just throw him in jail or something. Don't send him into the Hunger Games. Plutarch. The sad thing is I love the name Plutarch. Okay, I really don't like Drusilla. Really don't like her. At least Elfie was a decent person. Drusilla, oh my goodness. Drusilla more like Schmozella. Oh my. And now they don't even say goodbye. Oh my. Okay, when Plutarch Virgin was like, oh, we need to get more like shocked footage, I thought he was doing it to be like, oh, they're not saying goodbye to their families, so I want to try to give them a chance secretly. But no, he just really wants to get footage. I really wanted to like him because I like his name, but he's not good. Oh my gosh. The fact that they just sit there in the train for an hour and they don't get to see their families. Very much in shock over Haymitch's reaping. Like when I read Hunger Games the first time, very much in shock by it just because it was a new system and stuff. And like everything with like Primrose and everything was very dramatic. In Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, you don't really see too much of the reaping. It's about what's happening after the reaping. Haymitch's just feels wrong on so many levels. Hi guys, so it is the next day. Last night I was talking with my sister and she's on like chapter I think 6, and she's like, oh, did you notice Burdock? I was like, oh yeah, his best friend. Why is that important? And she gave me like, oh my goodness, my sister is so dumb kind of look. She's like, Burdock and Astrid? Okay, what does that mean? Burdock Everdeen? I'm sorry guys. I wish you could have seen my reaction to finding out that he's in this. I thought he would be in this just because it's in the past, but that went over my head. Full blown over my head. I'm sorry. I did not even pick that out. Oh my goodness, Sid is so cute. Oh, I love Sid. But I think he's gonna die. But I love him so much. Aww. Luella seems so cute. And she's gonna die. Itchy, itchy. Okay, I get that Maisley is not the nicest person, but she's kind of funny. Interesting. Okay, so they pick victors that had won from other districts and have them mentor them. That's interesting. I don't feel like that doesn't seem very fair because I'm worried that the victors aren't going to actually help them because they want their own district kids to win. Oh my goodness. I hate Drizella. Okay, I agree a kid should not slap an adult, but an adult should not be beating a child. Oh my. Aww. Okay, I love Maisley. Saying it right now. My favorite so far. Maisley's so... She's a little feisty, but she is sweet at times. So Maisley has a Mockingjay pin. Is that Katniss's pin? Wait, are they like pinning them in animal cages? It's kind of like how in Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes they were put in cages. It's just very interesting to see how they treat the tributes different from I think it was the 10th year to the 50th year and then the 74th year. It's very different. They make them strip. I mean, I think they did that in the Hunger Games, but still. They're kids. Okay, I know the capital has wild fashion, but reptile fashion that's live and bites people? About that. Oh my, that is outlandish. So overalls and some lights. Definitely very special. Yeah, Mango definitely needs to get sacked. Luella, she just died? was gonna give her a necklace. Oh, this is President Snow. Yep, he is definitely brutal. Just the fact that Snow has like no real emotions about this event. Like someone just died and you're just seeing her right in front of you, and he's just like, oh, this is chill. Man, Haymitch is a little spunky boy, because this is on Snow's hands. Like, he's the president. He can decide if he doesn't want the Hunger Games to happen, and so this is on his hands. True. Yeah, Wyatt has some nerve saying that about Luella. I like Maisley. Yeah, Haymitch, I don't think either one of them is in the right. Wyatt shouldn't have said that, and Haymitch shouldn't have brought Family Matters into it. Out-meaned Maisley. Okay, here are all their names. Yeah, I'm with Haymitch. I'm not gonna remember all these kids' names. That is a lot of names. Ambert seems like he would be a very good ally to have, just because of how many skills he knows. And the fact that he doesn't seem very skittish, like he's willing to talk to people and willing to make alliances with other districts to be able to take down the top dogs, the careers. So far I like Ambert, and I hope Haymitch does team up with him, as long as Ambert is actually a good ally. If he's a bad one, don't want Haymitch to team up with him. Yeah, I wouldn't want Weiris for a mentor either. She definitely does seem to lack experience, even though she was in the games. She didn't do too much, but hopefully she can teach them some tricks to outsmart them. Hopefully. Max! I wanted Max to be in this so bad. I remember talking to my sister yesterday because she was here, and I don't think she had read this part, but she told me Max wasn't, but Max is. Oh my goodness. I love Max. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. And she's definitely going to be a good mentor. She's definitely going to do everything to protect them and teach them everything they need to know. They could not have a better mentor than Max. Oh my goodness. I'm really glad we get to see this moment between him and Max. I love Max so much. Just the fact that she's holding him through it. Because he just lost one of his best friends. Especially since in the games, he's not going to have somebody to comfort him. So it's nice that he does have somebody to comfort him for at least this. The funny thing is, I'm also not a breakfast person, but I just love that Haymitch is like, well, I hope you're not a lunch and supper person in the arena, because it's the Hunger Games for a reason. That was funny. That's interesting, the fact that they're saying what they wish for, because no matter what, they're pretty certain that there's only real one outcome for them, and that's death in this situation. And so it's just interesting hearing like how they don't want to die. I know when I write stories, I always have like a question for my characters, like, oh, if you had to die, how would you want to? And so it's just interesting hearing this, because usually when I think, I'm like, oh, you want to live to an old age or in your sleep or something. But just hearing all their different versions, like they don't want to die in the dark. I know my sister is terrified of darkness, terrified of silence, and I know that that would be her worst fear, is being in the dark and not knowing what's going on. And then also having it be really long and just horrible for the sake of like your family and for the sake of your last few minutes. I can true, the fact that they've been, like, it was a war 50 years ago. Majority of the people aren't still alive, and they're still doing it. But Haymitch does have a lot of confidence to say that with the camera. I'm really interested to see how they're going to make the Capitol own the Hunger Games. I do know with like Haymitch's game, just based on how he talked about in the Hunger Games, was that you use some sort of like a cliff with a force field to end the last person. And so I'm wondering if that's kind of how he's making the Capitol own it, by making it be their arena, their force field, that makes him win. Maybe there's another thing in the book that I don't know that happens, but that might be what it is. I don't know. I really hope Haymitch teams up with Maisley. I really hope he does, but I understand if he doesn't. Yay! So it seems like Haymitch is teaming up with Maisley and Wyatt. Nice. And with Ambert, which I am excited for. So far I like Maisley and Ambert the most. Nice. I'm glad that Wyrus is giving them some tips on how to participate in their games. I might be mistaken, but I think that's like the same advice that Haymitch gives Katniss, to avoid the cornucopia, focus on weapons and water, and then sleeping and making sure you're hiding, and then lastly you need to focus about people. You need to focus about yourself and surviving before you focus on allies. And I'm pretty sure Haymitch gives Katniss that advice, and so it's fun to hear where he got that advice from. I also really liked the three of them just like building each other's confidence. Like, you gotta look scary, let's hug with your hair and everything, because first impressions do definitely matter here. Now, they've already had a first impression kind of with the chariots, but this is their first time actually talking to the other participants. Did one of the tributes just attack him? Because I think Penchy is one of the tributes. Hi guys, so it's day 3 of reading Haymitch's backstory. My sister's on chapter 10 and told me that the next few chapters are pretty good, so I'm very excited to find out what happens next. She also told me that Plutarch is the game master in the Hunger Games series, and so I'm excited to hear that he, well, not excited that he's a game master, but excited that he is in the story, that he is a character from later on. Also the fact that I can't remember exactly too much about him, but I think he's more of a gray character. He's more motivated by power and just goes wherever he thinks the winning side is going to be. So I am excited to hear that about it's going to help me definitely when I'm reading about him. Always. I love the fact that Haymitch is like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do anything that you would normally do. And the Miz is like, I like her hair. I love Maisley. She's like, if we're gonna be in the Hunger Games, we at least gotta look fashionable. He's at the booth with a potato. Amber's dad is coaching him. Oh no. Because Amber's gonna die. That's just whole nother levels of mind tricks that the Capitol's playing. Because I know Katniss said that often Victor's kids will get put into the Hunger Games, like they make it in a way that they draw their names or something. And he has to mentor his kid in the Hunger Games. Amber's dad's BT. Oh my goodness. That's the guy from the second Hunger Games. The one that's really smart and helps Katniss. Amber's his kid? I wonder why I liked Amber, but I didn't know he lost his kid in the Hunger Games. So the Capitol is punishing BT because he is trying to revolt against them. But because he's a victor and people know if he dies, they go after his son. Oh, I love Amber. No. I love the fact that Haymitch is pointing out, like, if we boil a potato, that means we have fire, which means I don't need a potato to make light because I have fire. He was raped the day he was born? Wait, I think Amber's 12. For a second I thought Amber was 16 and I was like, I'm really confused here. Okay, that makes sense. He was raped the day he was born? Oh, okay, I'm saying right now, Amber and Maisie are my two favorites. And I love the fact that they're like, oh, we'll be sisters and brothers. Like, that's so cute. They steal their lunches? Asthmatic boy. Nettie newcomer? The newcomers. Nice. Got the careers and the newcomers. What is Snow gonna do? This is not good. I'm really confused. Why is he at Plutarch's house? I thought he was going to see Snow. The infamous President Snow truly is evil in the flesh. Oh! Oh, that's gross. Why did he just throw up on the floor? Ugh. I would have ran. If I see throw up, it will make me throw up. So I'd be out of there so quick. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Ugh. Why does he have to keep vomiting? He recognized that it's a Flint striker. With you out of the picture, Leonore Dove and your family should be free to enjoy long and happy lives. To me, that's just foreshadowing that when Haymitch does win the games, the President Snow is going to do something to Leonore, Sid, and his mom. Just because I don't remember Haymitch ever mentioning them. And I know he doesn't end up with Leonore because that would have changed how he is in the Hunger Games. I think Snow kills them. That's my theory. Or he does something. He was watching them. Oh man, I'm not excited to see what these mutts are. Luella? Wait. But how is she standing there? What? I'm so confused. What? You're right, the rascal. This book is a little rascal. How is Luella still standing? Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. Who is she? I'm still so confused on what Luella is. Like, is she like a robot, like an AI robot, or is she somebody who had like plastic surgery? Like, what is she? Because she's not Luella, that's for sure, but I don't understand what she actually is. I'm with Maisie. She's not sleeping in my room. So I think I'm right that she's a girl who had like maybe plastic surgery or something to look like Luella, and that Snow is just using her to cover up Luella's death. Which makes me, did her family get her body? Or are they gonna get the fake Luella's body? When Wyatt said tarp, I was reading traps. Makes a lot more sense now that I'm actually reading the word correctly. I hope that Haymitch's and Wyatt's and Maisley's estimates for the games are true, because it does seem based on how everyone's talking, like a good deductive reasoning with it being very wet and taking account of like the clothes and the colors. And then because it's so wet that there might be vegetables and stuff that they can find. I'll be interested to see if that's actually how the games are, or if the Capitol is just completely fooling them, teaching them wrong things, which does also seem very Capitol-like. Wait, why is BT in their apartments? Yeah, what are you doing here? I'd be asking the same thing. Oh, BT's telling him possibly telling him how to break through the arena. So they can't break it? They can't knock out the power. What are they gonna do? How are they gonna drown it? If it's wet, like they were talking about. If the computer's the brain, that would be the bladder. Okay, the whole brain and bladder talk is really not making this seem like a very serious situation. It's so sad because no matter what, Pt, even though he's his father, he's basically forced to realize that his son's essentially just a walking corpse right now, that he has no more future. But at least he does have Haymitch to know that Haymitch will try to make it be as quick as possible. That way he doesn't suffer. It's interesting to hear how BT is trying to disrupt the games, because it seems very similar to how it was in Catching Fire. Part of me thinks that they fail at this just because I think that would have been mentioned. So I think they're gonna fail, and then BT, when he goes in on the 75th, is actually going to, I can't remember what he is, but to try to fulfill that plan. She has an earpiece in her ear. Oh, they're gonna have to really watch what they say with Lulu. True, they can lie to her and make the Capitol think they're gonna do something else. Smart. Haymitch has some brains. No. District 9 said no to working with the careers. I don't know if Haymitch has much luck then. Yeah, you don't want to make, I don't know how to say his name. Panic? Yeah, you don't want to make him mad. Her token, he just destroys it? Okay, I don't like him. He's my least favorite. Panic. Don't like him enough to even know how to pronounce his name. Oh my goodness. I love Maisley. Yes. Oh, she's amazing. Good job for her for trying to fix it. Haymitch sings. Okay, if this is made into a movie, that's the part I'm looking forward to the most. Interesting. Okay, so District 5 teamed up with the careers, and then they have 8. So their odds aren't terrible. They have more people, but the careers have stronger people. That's quite an introduction to give somebody. And you're willing to let them die? Why not? You are. Haymitch! Oh my goodness, he's so sassy. But I mean, it's true. He's walking in there knowing that only one person's gonna live. But still, you don't have to come out and say it like that. Okay, so the careers are getting 8 to 11 on a scale of 1 to 12. And then most of the newcomers are getting a 4 and a 7. Haymitch gets a 1. Oh my goodness, that's funny because he wins. Oh my goodness. A 1? They're basically just saying that he's useless. Okay, it's day 4 of reading Haymitch's story. So far I've been really liking it. Me and my sister have been talking. She's I think she's on chapter 15 today. We were talking and she theorizes, and I think it's a good theory, that when Haymitch does survive the Hunger Games, that Snow was going to either send Leonor or Sid into the Hunger Games, kind of like how he's doing that to BT with Ambert. I think that's a good theory, and so I'm also hitchhiking on that. I think that's what's going to happen. No one's ever gotten a 1 before. There's a first for everything. I think if Haymitch said that, then he would out-mean Maisley again. Leonor has a secret? Orange paint? I don't know, is she painting traffic cones? I'm with Haymitch. I want to know the secret now. This is the only time I don't like Maisley. I want her to just tell me. Wyatt's token is made out of zinc? That will definitely be used. I really don't like Drizella. Why can't she just go? Man, Drizella just likes slapping all the kids. Wyatt's saying you should bet on Haymitch? Never did I think he would say that. He wouldn't bet on himself? Wyatt! Maisley! Okay, I really want Maisley to critique Caesar's outfit. Oh my goodness, that would be amazingly Maisie. Maisley's ruthless. Oh my goodness. I will definitely remember Maisley. Yeah, Haymitch can't say that he messed with a peacekeeper. Oh my goodness, that would get him in so much trouble. But I kind of want him to do it. What is with this book and all the puking? Ugh. That's what you get for wearing a reptile as a belt, Mango. Ugh. Alfie! Oh my goodness. Yes, Alfie and Haymitch. We get to see them meeting. Okay, I know this is just a coincidence, but they say into the newcomer's arm. Alfie's a newcomer. Man, the trinkets really are clueless. They're like, oh, you don't pick your ancestors. Well, none of the district people picked their ancestors either, and they're stuck here. I love Maisley and Alfie just being together, being girls. Shrewd, calculator, lunatic, rascal. We definitely got a fine matchup for District 12. BT's hidden bombs in the tokens. After this, the capital's definitely going to be very tight on the whole token thing. Okay, Lulu has more bravery than I thought. I would never wear a snake around my neck. Yeah, I don't know if green is Flickman's color. Wait, in the 25th one, the districts had to pick somebody? Oh, I could not, but I would have to. But I wouldn't want to. Also, I want to say right now that I hope Suzanne Collins does Finnick's story, because I think that'd be fun, just because he's one of my favorites, and it would be interesting to see. Usually in all the books it's always from District 12's point of view, and so it'd be interesting to see a different district's point of view. So fingers crossed that Finnick gets one. Just like a Snell. Maisley with her one-liners. We should barbecue you. Pennick, you can't just roast Caesar. But honestly, Maisley might. Brain matters. I don't like Pennick, but his interview was funny. Man, Pennick would not want to look weak. Nice. I like that Amber's being recognized as the leader. The careers won't be catching any Z's. Maisley is so ruthless. I love her. Wyatt is so smart. He really is a human calculator. Oh my goodness, Lulu is losing it. Haymitch. Okay, that was mean. You can't just be calling people stupid. Caesar and Haymitch are funny. They're both roasting each other. Haymitch is roasting the careers, and Caesar's roasting everyone. I loved Haymitch's interview. It was... He definitely played the role of a troublemaker. And he definitely covered his butt with Hattie and everything. Rizal and Mango are married? guess birds of a feather flock together. They both need to be sacked. Also, is his name Mango or Magno? Because I've been calling him Mango this entire time. I'm still calling him Mango. Why is Plutarch asking for a photo shoot? It just seems really weird. President Snow. Hopefully he won't throw up this time. Wait. What's Snow gonna do to Leonore? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Because this reaction's getting pretty long, I'm going to split it up into 2. So next week, part 2 will be posted, where you'll get to see the end of my reaction to Haymitch's story. So, and find out what President Snow's gonna do to Leonore. I'm worried, guys, real worried. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notifications. That way you know when I post the second part of Haymitch's backstory.